Nageen lost her mother as a child, and her father abandoned her and her sister to start a new life with another woman. Now an adult, she follows her sister into her brother-in-law's home, but his family sees her as a burden, desperate to squeeze every advantage from her presence. With limited education, Nageen lands a job as a bus attendant. She buys her right to stay in the household by turning over her paycheck to her brother-in-law. One day, en route to the airport, Sultan, the sole heir of a powerful political family, has his car break down. With no other option, he boards a bus, where he meets the first woman who's ever taken his breath away. Nageen's fearless stand against a harasser isn't just admirable, it's magnetic. But to Nageen, this sharply dressed passenger is no different from anyone else. For the first time in his life, Sultan has met a woman who doesn't fawn over him. However, he hesitates to pursue her because his marriage involves far broader stakes. As a presidential candidate, his uncle wants Sultan to marry his own daughter. Because Sultan heads multiple Pakistani companies and is extremely wealthy, his uncle hopes to forge a political business alliance through this marriage to gain votes and become the country's supreme ruler. But the proud Sultan is not someone his uncle can control. "I can be your son, but I will never be your son-in-law." His parents' failed marriage has made Sultan deeply resistant to marriage. Although his cousin loves him dearly, Sultan rejects her outright, giving her no hope. Little does he know this refusal will bring him enormous trouble. Sultan tries to throw himself into work to forget Nageen, but he can't even come close. So he takes the bus from time to time, secretly observing Nageen, convinced that working as a bus attendant is a waste of her potential. A month later, he summons the courage to offer her a job as his secretary. It's a kind gesture, but it hits a nerve with Nageen. Since starting work, she has encountered too many harassers like this. Sultan's actions seem no different from theirs, so she unhesitatingly throws away his business card and warns him to stay away. However, Sultan isn't angry at all. He finds her endearing whether she's complaining or happy. To be alone with Nageen, he books the entire bus. Even when she never shows him any warmth, just watching her makes him incredibly happy. Her colleague urges Nageen to accept Sultan. After all, he's rich, handsome. In contrast, the only other person stalking her colleague is a lazy man. But Nageen knows poor girls don't just rise to power by marrying up. To a man like Sultan, she's just a fleeting distraction. She refuses to play a game she can't afford to lose,